Happy April! I'm Jen with Polk County Public Libraries, and I'm going to tell you about our kids' craft take and make kit for this month, which is a seed bomb. So grab a free kit at Columbus Library or Saluda Library and follow along with this video to make your own seed bomb to plant and grow flowers this spring. Also, make sure you check out our website or Facebook page about all of the upcoming children's programs we have. We always have story time at both libraries. We have STEM programs that are sponsored by the Polk County Community Foundation. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, April 4th, the day we release this video, there is the last STEM program at Saluda Library for the school year tomorrow, and it is Sharks with Team Echo Aquarium. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure to email me to sign up. And then our final STEM series of the school year will be at Columbus Library starting April 26th. You can also email me to sign up for that. It'll be 4 weeks and 4 cool different programs you can learn about science. We also have a special children's program this week on Thursday. We're going to be playing Peter Rabbit 2 at Columbus Library. And next Tuesday, also at Columbus Library, we're going to have Eco Explorer come and teach us about the fantastic world of plants, which goes along with our April Take and Make. All right, follow along and we're going to make a seed bomb. Okay, so there are 3 things in your Take and Make kit. You have an Easter egg that we will use for the mold. You have a pack of flower seeds. There are all different kinds of flowers, so who knows what you'll get. And then you have either a piece of construction paper or some strips, some scraps of paper that we are going to cut up. So if you're at home, you can use a pair of scissors if you like. You can also just tear the paper. That'll be our first step. You will need a bowl or some kind of container that we're going to fill with water to soak our paper. And you will need a grown-up who has a food processor to help you with one of the later steps to make our pulp for the seed bomb. So our first step is we're going to cut the paper or tear the paper into tiny little pieces. And you're going to put that in your bowl or your small container. And I have a few different sizes and shapes of paper here. I got some strips. I got some old Post-it notes. But I'm just going to make them all little squares. Mine is a bunch of scrap paper, so it's going to be quite colorful, I believe. Got some orange. Got some pink. Got some red and yellow. And some blue. And hopefully this is a good amount of paper to make one seed bomb, but we shall see. Alright, these bigger blue strips I'm cutting up, these, you might recognize this paper from last month's Take and Make craft, which was our cloud activity. So these are the strips of blue paper that were left over, and you had a piece of big blue paper in your kits to put your clouds on, but we always like to reuse and recycle. So that's what we're doing with these papers. All right, I'm going to cut the last ones into little squares. All right, so now you have a cup or a bowl or a container full of lots of little pieces of paper that you tore or cut. What we're going to do next is we're going to pour water on it, make sure it is completely covered, and let it soak for at least 20 minutes, and then come back and finish this video to see what the next steps are. Alright, so my paper has soaked for 20 minutes. I drained most of the water out into the sink. So I'm going to gather up that paper that is left, and I'm really going to squeeze all the extra water out of it before we put it in the food processor to make it a pulp. And then I'm going to put it in my food processor here. You can tell it's going to be very colorful. Make sure you have a grown-up helping you with the food processor portion. All right, so we're going to combine that in the food processor until it becomes really pulpy, and you might need to add a little bit more water if it's really dry. So let's get started. Okay, so all food processors are different, but make sure your lid is on and locked tight, and then we're gonna make it a pulp. All right, so we have made our paper into a pulp. Of course, your food processor probably has a blade on it, so you're gonna want to have your parent or adult take that out, and you're going to put your pulp on a plate or a bowl or something like that, and then we're going to make our seed bombs. So you have your egg and your seeds. There are different kinds of seeds in these packets. If you have tiny seeds, it will be a bit easier to do. If you have, some of these sunflower seeds are really big. So if you have bigger seeds, you kind of just want to make sure like the seeds aren't touching each other inside the mold, or they're not going to connect. So I'm going to take a little bit of my pulp and put it in my egg on either side. Make sure I have a good amount. I'm going to sprinkle one seed in each side. Then I'm going to put some more pulp. Make sure I totally cover it. Pack it down, because you're going to want it to stick together. You're going to want that seed to have pulp on both sides, so it's going to stick inside. Alright, then I'm going to keep repeating that. One seed in each side. And so with the bigger seeds, you see I have a lot of seeds. Probably not going to use them all in this egg. But if you have more paper at home that you can use, and you can use any kind of paper, you can use newspaper, scrap paper, it doesn't have to be colorful paper, then you can make a few more of these, because you're going to have these seeds left over. And even if you have smaller seeds, you're going to have plenty of seeds. So you can make a few of these seed bombs using your mold and your seeds. All you'll need is some extra paper, and you'll just repeat the process of tearing the paper up and letting it soak in the water, running it through the food processor, and what we're doing now. So I'm just putting seeds in the mold, covering with paper. Until we fill up the Easter egg or run out of paper, whatever happens first. Now this seed slipped down to the side. I'm going to try to get that out because it needs to be touching the paper pulp on all sides, or it won't stick together. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of my paper into my egg, and depending on how much paper you had, how full you can get your egg, this might end up being 2 little seed bombs in one mold. Not sure if it's going to all stick together or not, but you know what, that's fine. 2 seed bombs are just as good as 1, and maybe even better. Alright, so you have that packed down. You are going to close that egg up. These can be a little tricky to put together, but there we go. Alright, you're going to let that dry for at least 24 hours. Save your seeds, and after this one dries, you can make another one. Okay, I hope you guys have fun and grow lots of flowers this spring.